with a series of related words, but they were told which word or concept links them. For example, researchers presented the words bed, pillow, dream, and night, leaving out the connector, sleep. Later on, they asked the participants what words they had heard. The participants thought they heard sleep, but that thought was accompanied by an eerie sensation, déjà vu. When researchers looked at brain scans from the experiment, they discovered that during déjà vu, the parts of the brain dealing with decisions making are activated. And so they concluded that déjà vu is your brain saying, hey, let's think about this for a second, when recalling something. So
it makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It's just not even exciting.
It's not exciting at all. Damn it, Daniel.
Like I said,
you done fucked this whole topic up. Stop it. We're erasing this episode.
Erase the whole thing. We're just throwing the topic. We need a new topic now. Damn it. I'm sorry, guys.
So I got a little more interesting theory.
Dude.
Yeah, what is it?
So I call this one the Christianity explanation. Okay. Now, I know we don't talk about religion on here, but I was searching on the interwebs, studying up on this topic, and I happened to stumble upon a Christianity forum. And on it, they were discussing these glitches in the Matrix. You know, most of their discussions were boring, but then somebody proposed a very interesting theory, and I was like, ooh, I like that one. I got to bring that one up. So they titled it Demonic Manipulation. They said one of those behind the curtain factors is the demonic. Some get a real glimpse of these entities, often through experiences written off as sleep paralysis. Sometimes such occurrences can have accompanying physical signs of trauma, and I've heard of people physically raped by unseen demonic or goblin-like entities. Demons have also been known to move physical objects and do have a purpose behind subtle accounts and of messing with humans. Deceit is far-stretching and comes in many forms, but is betrayed by demonic telltale signs such as smell, terror, cold, blackness, shadows, and whispers. A major tell is the feeling of unease accompanying strange events. Some have called it absolute dread or so much fear that it is odd. People who suddenly transport to weird places and lose time get this accompanying feeling, which also crops up with demonic encounters. It would make sense then that at least some of these odd encounters are demonically manipulated rather than a rift in time. I don't know. I personally like to believe it's a rift in time. I just thought it was an interesting theory to get your brain going, you know, get you to thinking.
It definitely took a different turn on it.
It really did.
Yeah, a different approach.
Yeah,
Maybe it's aliens doing it. Maybe we are, instead of demons, it's aliens coming down. And they're like, we have to slowly manipulate this time, you know.
That one got dark.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking of something else that makes me think of glitches in the Matrix. And do you guys ever have shared memories with your siblings? Where this happens to me a lot specifically. I go and see my family a couple times a year, and when I'm talking to my sisters or we're talking about a childhood story, I will be telling it, and then one of them will always tell me, that wasn't you, that was me. And I'm like, no, I remember this exactly this way. This is my memory. But they will swear up and down that it was them. What if these times when we have these possible transitions, when we have these death experiences, that in this reality that I'm in right now, as a child, that was my sister's memory. But from the reality I came from, it was my memory. And I'm still stuck on. We talked about this in the Mandela episode. Yeah. But if you haven't watched the OA, highly recommend it. Like, deeply, sincerely, please go watch the OA. In it, they kind of talk about when you shift into another reality, you go into someone else that's already been living that life. And sometimes you remember all of your past in this new body, and other times you just jump into it as that person who is you've that's all you know in that time is that person. Well, the secret of everything is to integrate those two people. So you get all the experiences of all the lives that you've lived. So what if we have the power to unlock that through meditation and, shadow work, taking care of yourself in your mind and spirit. And it shows you all these other lives you've lived and makes you understand why you are the way you are today. Because we are affected by our past lives, in my opinion.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Maybe our dreams or maybe our memories get flip-flopped with our family or friends because of our reality switches.
That's an interesting way to think about it. You always come with great thought-provoking stories.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude. This is the stuff I think about all the time.
See, I bring the boring side of it.
Dude, you keep us grounded. I'd be floating up in the stars if you weren't holding me down, man.
No, but...
He's our savior, Daniel's son.
No, but...
Jesus, can you hear me?
No, but that actually reminded me of part of our Dreams Patreon episode. Part of my theory of how...
The cloud thing?
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, it reminded me that, like, how I was saying, like, our mixed reality, like, our dreams are different parts of our souls. Like, when we dream, sometimes we'll dream of different things, but it's all going up to one little storage bank. So if that means, like, different parallel universes, like, say if we did die in this one, we hopped over to one of those, another part of our soul in another parallel universe, and we took over that one, or like in a Mandela effect, like we could be fighting, having personality disorder, who knows? But, so there are multiple universes with our souls in it, and, oh God, where was I going with it? I totally just spaced. Mandela effect's happened.
Damn, they're erasing it. They're making sure you don't get that information out on the podcast.
Yeah.
My cousin told me this. If you're having a thought process and all of a sudden you stop, it's because what you said you said all you needed to say. The message has been sent. So you don't, until that time comes up when you need to say it again, then you will be like, oh yeah, I remember what I was going to say. So as far as the universe is concerned, your message has been received.
Yeah. So go listen to our Dreams episode again. Hear my theory there, then come back to this one.
And that is the end of today's episode. Our message has been sent.
All right. See you later, guys.
Bye, Felicia.
See y'all next week.
I'm out.
All right.
Yes.
Does anybody else got anything they want to add to this? Any theories, any discussions before we roll it up?
Like a blunt. Oh, the Baba Vanga thing.
Oh, about Trump?
No. About the fact that one of the listeners reached out to me asking about some Baba Vanga dates. And I went to go open our documents so I could just send her the dates that we had written down for the 2020 area. And I couldn't find it. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And I remember I've tried to find it before and it wasn't there, but it was like, oh, it's probably, I'm just not seeing it. But then I asked you guys if you had it, and neither of you had it, which was super weird, because we don't delete any of our documents that we've done. And when I went to go look up Baba Vanga stuff, everything, it was like things had changed. I was seeing the World War III stuff that we talked about happening in 2020. Supposedly, she predicted that for 2010 now. And I'm like, okay, this is really weird, because I know for sure it said 2020. My mind is blown that it's, out of all the documents that I could find online, it kept showing me the World War III nuclear war was in 2010. There's no way, because it linked up with the Hopi, who also said that the world would be affected with a nuclear war. And then our document went missing.
What if we go back and listen to the Baba Vanga episode and we say 2010?
I did. We didn't. We said 2020. I went and checked it. Yeah.
That would have been freaky.
It would have been really weird. But it still talks about, like, Trump Obama being the last president, the